Hello, my friends. Today I would like to share with you how to ignite romance in your relationship. I think I would like to talk about the one that someone who already had romance in relationship rather than you never had romance, you don't know what it is, and you I think for everyone romance is it's it's for it's their own understanding of romance. For one thing, it could be just sitting under the bridge and talking about anything from heart to heart. For another one, romance going on holiday and indulging in loads of um, activities and getting happy moments with the person they feel love. For other person, romance could be just sitting at the table. And all of these are parts of romance. But in reality, we want to talk about romance is something when you're really in love with person, but also get along well and have heart connection from heart to heart. You talk from heart to heart. You don't hide anything. You say how it is, and you understand, you support each other. You talk at night, you talk anytime, you take care of each other, you live a happy, full of love life, which not many couples do that. Arguments, small disagreements can happen, but people who are very connected, they really have almost zero disagreements because they're very clear on how the whole life runs. They already understood the what role I take, what role my partner takes, and they blend it so well that they really no longer argue. So for that reason, I brought a cup of coffee and some cake. Just imagine you sitting in the kitchen with your partner, and what you doing? How often do you sit in the kitchen with a cup of coffee and talk what's on your mind? Whether past day, or how things went at work, and you really listen to each other and you really contributed in the conversation, not just in a way one-way traffic. How often life routine sucks our lives in, and we already forget what we used to do. Do you know, if as I said in the beginning, if you never experience romance, if you don't know what it is, romance, what it is just like when you're at peace, when you think about this person most of the time, when you really in a higher mode, your happiness levels very high, you content, you satisfied on every level, physically, mentally, emotionally. The level of understanding and support is like so high because you just want to please each other. You just want to take care of each other. And this, you can live in that romance in a way, in that love, this life full of love and peace and goodness and happiness, everything in your hands. As I drink this cup of coffee, and I think how many people argue over small things, and they want after all to have beautiful life. Even the Bible says that it's better to live in a sort of small place but being happy, rather than in a big house with loads of money, loads of possibilities, but being unhappy. And many of you financially well, but you can't find the happiness because you put financial or material side above everything else, and you lost what you maybe had once. Very simply, you got too busy. And you were not attentive to each other's heart. What was on your heart? Have you discussed? Have you shared your feelings? Have you put some light music and maybe just look at each other? Have piece of cake. Not wine, some food. You don't need to drink wine to indulge yourself that your brain's no longer, you can think straight. No, keep sober mind. Be simple. You don't need a big setting, you don't need expensive restaurant. Words are powerful. When you speak, they touch the heart. The heart can melt what you say. If your attitude blends in a way that you don't contradict, you don't argue over, rather than you agree, you like go for a walk, the other person doesn't like, you go for a walk just to be together. Now, if I remember my past relationship and the girls I dated and the ones that didn't work out, I'm thinking now, would I be able to build romance with them? No. The one girl I remember that we really had very strong connection, very, very strong connection. But she had bad character. She did what you wanted. She had no intention fully to commit herself to me. So with that type of person, it would be roller coaster. You can experience really great moments, but because that person is not committed 100%, they will do what they want. Therefore, it will hurt you. And it used to be very small, minor things. For example, I would ask her to come back earlier. We had long distance relationship. And she would not come back earlier. She would come back when she finished her things to do. I said, your friends will stay always with you, the real ones. I said, we about to get married. If I'm going to be your husband and your friend's taking my place, there's no point getting married because I'm not the most important person in your life, although I don't feel like. She didn't hear what I tried to say. I wanted her just to come back a little bit earlier because it was 4 hours difference in winter or in summer and 3 hours in winter. Yeah, so she didn't listen. And it was other minor things. She just basically did what she wanted. That's why it never proceeded any further. But I experienced something that I never experienced with any other girl. Could I blend with her? No. Because it would kill my masculinity. I would be a moped if I blend under her. She must submit unto me. What does mean submit? That means if I'm a number one man becoming in her life, obviously, everything else is, if we're not getting well along, what's the point of everything else? What's the point of you making money, going, working so hard and saying, I'm doing this for our family. And in the end, you will have money, but you will not have them, your children, your wife, or your husband, to spend that money with. I realized with that girl, She was from Russia. That is, there are levels of what you can experience in conversation, especially when you agree on things. And we agreed on spiritual things like believing God, and we talked in that area, everything through the lens of faith. And that area we did not argue. So, but to create life with that person was impossible because it was wrong, other attitudes that clashed, and she was not willing to adjust herself. So you killed obviously your romance of arguments, disagreements. I remember this friend that divorced lately. Obviously, because they divorced, it was already a long time ago, relationship gone. They just lived under one roof. But she liked to go for a walk or they used to go by the sea and everything, but when she suggested, would you like to go for a walk? What, have I not seen trees or whatever? And how many times your partner asks you maybe to sit in the kitchen with a cup of coffee or go for a walk, but you really never opened up your heart. You really never talked what's really in your heart. But some time ago or years ago, when you just got together, you talked about everything. You shared about everything. You loved each other. You enjoyed every moment being together. But slowly, this life sucked out your romance away from you. Just took away from you, stole it. You allowed this life to steal your romance. Why? Because you were not careful. You thought that what you feel, it will last forever. Nothing lasts forever. When you put a fire, when you ignite the fire, it doesn't last forever. Only lasts for a certain time until the logs burns, and that's it. The fire is out. You have to keep putting logs in, one log at a time, if you want that fire going, keep burning. Why would you not start just agreeing instead of disagreeing? Why you don't think that what is happening today, it's about to destroy your relationship if you're not careful? This pause or this emotionless relationship will not last forever. Divorce is gonna be imminent because someone will find someone who will admire of who they are. Speak the right words, say nice things, appreciate, and slowly people separate. If you are a woman, I would like to say this. You have a lot of power over your man to influence him in a good way. How many times you said no to him when he wanted to make love with you and you didn't feel like? And then he hits you somewhere in another area and you don't know why he's doing this. He's doing this because you said no. Or maybe you say, you've done everything for him and he still is not helpful. But before he used to be helpful. Why not to ask him directly? Say, honey, I want to be a better wife. I had enough of this nonsense. But before you say this, you must already sense something what you lost from the beginning and what you're doing today. so that he already could sense that you want to change, like do better. That means your behavior starts slowly change. Don't do rapid changes. Do a little bit at a time. Maybe you used to kiss him and you no longer kiss him when he goes to work. Or maybe you used to say some nice things or small things what you used to do and no longer do it. Start implementing. And after a month of doing that, sit down with him and try to talk. Because at that point, you already build momentum. The person will see some changes is happening. You can ignite. It is possible to ignite. But there's no guarantee. It could be already too much damage happened. Too many disappointments. Too many years lived on empty tank. That the roots are killed. Do you know people capable to restore their relationship even after 25, 30 years? I heard once, I watched a podcast and a couple was like after 30 years of marriage, they had crisis. But they were able to find like somewhere meeting point, and they wanted to be together, and they did whatever it took to create that romance again. And all it takes, do what you never done before, or do what you did before, what worked, and do extra. If you say something nice, it will melt the heart. If you mean it, don't say if you don't mean it. Say with meaning, because it's more powerful. Even if you say, have a safe drive, I will be waiting for you tonight. Appreciate each other's, effort, because it's very important. If you're a woman, let your man be head of your household rather than you trying to rule the relationship. Let him be a man. Maybe he once was the man, but now he gave his power to you because you took that power away by being, getting in your way everything or most of things. And you killed romance because of that. So it's time to build him up again. Let him be a man. The one that you fell in love with before. Withdraw yourself. Let him. The good thing to do that is like when you ask questions instead of telling him what to do. That means you will allow him to be. You say, what do you think, honey? Should we do this way? That means in a question form, you're always asking what he thinks, and then you say, what do you think? Maybe we should do this or that. In that way, you allow him more to take that role as a leader, because you fell in love with him, so you saw him wise. You liked the way he thought, or maybe you only liked his money. But then you would never had romance. You only had experiences, holidays and attractions and whatever. Romance, when people blend with their hearts, with their, what they like, what they would do in life, just values. They just do everything together. They just blend and become one. That's what really creates romance. That people don't have, even though they like maybe little different things differently, but they blend for the sake of each other, and they tolerate each other. They compromise in a way. I don't like that word compromise, but that in a way it is compromise, because maybe I'm not very keen, but because of her or because of him, I'm doing it because I know he or she will do exactly the same next time. Maybe they're not very keen on, playing basketball with me, but I'm keeping a company and I'm trying to enjoy it. Because if you're not enjoying, you better don't go to play basketball with him or her, or badminton or whatever. No, you have to put effort. Even if you make love, put effort. Everything will ignite romance. Everything. Washing dishes, helping each other, complimenting each other. Everything will melt the heart. Will take these like walls, break the walls away, that you could get to each other's heart. Now you have multiple walls built up that your words can't reach each other's heart. Too many disappointments, too many disagreements, too many arguments. Have a cup of coffee, get a piece of cake, sit down and relax. Why don't you dream like you dreamed before? You thought about this, your places you want to visit, or maybe things to do, things to experience. Why not? Life is too short. There is a time to earn money. There is a time to sit down and relax and appreciate life. Why not? I wish you all the best. I want you to love each other. I want you to agree and tolerate each other, your differences. Because more you tolerate each other, more you will agree. Because of understanding that arguments will kill your relationship. Because of that, you start taking care of each other. With that understanding, if you having each other that understanding, I will be helpful. I will say nice things. I do what I did before when we met together, when we experienced joy, love, but that was back then. No, words melt everything. Even stone walls will crumble by saying nice things to each other, by helping each other, by supporting each other, by listening to each other, by taking time and simply having a cup of coffee and cake. Why not? When, if it's not now? Life is going away. I don't know. It's so simple, everything. Some relationship, it has no chance. You can't glue something that doesn't glue. You can't do it. But if you can agree, you can tolerate, you can compromise, and if a man takes the right role as a leader, this type of relationship where the man is the leader, he knows who he is, he takes care of his woman, that's where romance has the full power to flourish in that relationship. It can happen, it can come, it can stay there forever, in different forms, in different ways. These people can live really happy life because a woman understands her role and she does what she's supposed to do. I wish you all the best. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up. If you don't like the video, click the thumbs down. Put something in the comments what you think about your romance. Have you had romance in your life? And if you had, how you lost it? What caused your romance to disappear from your lives? And would you like your romance to come back to your life? I'm looking forward to read your comments. I really very rarely get comments, but it would be nice to read some comments, what you're experiencing right now in your life, and where you would like to get in the next, within a year. What would you like to achieve in your relationship? Subscribe if you like the video. Then you will get a notification when the new video will come out. But if you don't want, obviously I don't put any pressure on you. So thank you for watching and have a good day.